Good morning, everyone. Well, let's see. Oh, been working on putting a starter on the RevTech bike, the white one. I think it's a 91. The motor's gone. The person brought in a RevTech a while back. That's the one that ate the bolt that went down in the intake through here, lodged in the, smashed in between. Didn't break a hole in the piston, but it bent the valve. He had had a new valve put in, so I put it back together. Looks like I'm going to need, you put the bolt in here. This is never going to come down or go up. So I think I'm going to have to put an isolator block in here about 1/2 inch. That'll kick this out, and then I can put the bolt in there. But it turns over so slow. But I did check. I put my meter on here, a clamp, and it was like between 4 and 6 amp. I did that one. It was about the same. This one was a little bit more because it's a bigger motor. So, but the starter really got hot after a couple of revolutions. So I went ahead. There was some spots on the face of the alternator on the rotor, and where this was getting tight, there were some spots where it used to have a bolt, I guess, on either side, or a nut. So I took that off. Got this a little too sloppy, but yeah, I went ahead and pulled the starter out, and just to see why. It's either the starter's getting too warm, something's wrong in the starter, or it does spin over with the faster with the plugs out. But the one that I have a spare one, it's got the smaller 1032 for the long bolt. Now these are the same. The shaft between there, the tube between there, those are the same. One's like, I guess, in the 80s to the early 90s, and then the later on is this one here, which is, it's not this one, I just happen to have a lot of these bolts, but 1024. So I guess you can change those, but he might have another starter. I'll see what he brings over. So that's, did get another battery. As a matter of fact, I think the starter stuck at some point, and this thing got real hot. So I took it outside, and then it never had any juice after that. It did kind of come back. I put it on the charger, but he went and got another battery. So that's what I've been tinkering with. Yesterday it was great outside. I was out riding for quite a while on this bike. Yeah, I was outside. It was real nice. Cut the grass first time of the year. I did get another seat. I mean, I get one on eBay for like, $39. These people want a couple $100 for these. Yes, it does have a hole. I did put some 303 on it. Just kind of help out the plastic a little bit. And the plastic underneath is not all broken like my other seats. So I suppose you could recover those, but the foam's still good. And for $39, obviously somebody really had to grab for the, it's the only thing I could figure, really needed to pull the dipstick out fast. I don't know, it must have had claws. But, and, look at there. No, the first couple times after I changed the seal and all that stuff, and I used the original one back from 1970. Now I've learned there's other styles, and there's a guy that cuts a groove in that, it's kind of a thing that moves back and forth. I think I had a video on it. Let's see if I remember where I put it. They have stuck it over here. No. stuff tends to wander. It's somewhere, but it's the the big nut and everything. Now they actually have a big nut with a and I did buy that in case it started. It only leaked the once, and then now the last 20 or so times I've been riding it. No, I did buy the big nut. I thought this was a good idea. It's a little just in case the solenoid ever sticks. This I'll see how it looks, but you can stick this on there, and if you need to, you can turn the power off to the starter real fast. I had a bigger one around here, but it was too big. Yeah, this one here, this shut off here. I didn't realize how big it was, and I couldn't figure out where I would put this on the bike. There it is. That's a little big. But yeah, you just turn it on or off. I got one on my wife's 57 there because she don't really drive it, and shut off the battery. But yeah, I had those somewhere. But anyway, did I hang them up? I don't think so. I'll find them like tomorrow, But they really made it seal better around there. I never changed the little seal on the shaft, the small one that's hard to get out. That looked good. And that, to me, would leak into the primary. It wouldn't leak on the backside. And I never found any excessive oil of the reddish color, which I use for the transmission, in the primary. So didn't fiddle with that. I guess it's hard to dig that one out. But so far, so good there. It's, seems to not leak. That's the important thing, or leak as little as possible. Because it was leaving a nice 5-inch, every time I ride, nice 5-inch spot of tranny fluid. So, knock on metalish wood, But, let's see, what else? Well, that's probably about it. I've been thinking, I did, Randy's getting a line on a motor for his bike from the fellow that owns the white bike. He's got a couple of early 88 twin cam ones. Got a lot of broken fins on it from being in something, I guess, an accident or something. So, but we've got the jugs off this one, and he's been cleaning. He cleaned the oil pan real good in here, scrubbed it down, and then he has to clean the underside and the tubes yet. So, but he's doing what he can. He been cutting a lot of trees and doing a little scrapping and this and that. So, getting up money for his motor. Well, I guess that's about it. I don't know if anybody has when you've got this type of ignition, it doesn't have an LED when it tells you out green to red, red to green, what have you. I was thinking of timing this. Of course, I've been trying to look up, is it a line, is it a dot when you got top dead center? Look through here, set this up, put it in 5th gear, roll it, set it up, get it on compression stroke. And then I was thinking of hooking a test light across here, and when it fires, it should go out. Meaning, because there's no way to judge this. That's the old glob of glue. It's the original Harley style, the one that melts. But I was thinking, do you think that putting a test light across there, because I got test lights I made up with little light bulbs. So when, the light goes out, just like you do points, when the light goes out. So I guess you could do it across here, because that's when the field would be collapsed, the 12 volt would stop, to fire across the other coil to get the big amount of juice, going to the spark plug. So I haven't tried that yet, but I thought that might, because I have no idea if this is in the right spot. I thought it was way too advanced, so I went ahead and, moved it back a little bit because they're almost all the way advanced. And this plate has those holes, the single holes. That's if you have fuel ignition or fuel, not carburetor, the other one. Like these bikes have. Electronic fuel, yeah, run the carburetor. So that's where you put it, because your computer does all the rest. But I knew someone that actually put them in there and couldn't figure out why the bike was running so weird. I said, well, you got a carburetor, put it in the slotted ones, because you have to figure out where the timing's at. It's not done automatically. So other than that, that's what I've been tinkering with. Hope everybody's having a good week. And let's see. Hope everybody has a great Easter. And be safe. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.